Good morning to all of you. I'm going to talk like any old man will talk without any PowerPoints. Mr. Chairman, precious participants from different parts of the world, ladies and gentlemen, I am very thankful to the organizers, especially the International Wood Culture Society and the Ministry of Forest and Soil Conservation, Nepal. Ladies and gentlemen, how the world would look like, how the world would have looked like had there been neither wood nor woods on this earth. Certainly, the history of human civilization would have been much different. Life and livelihood of people would not have been the same as we see today. Wood is wonderful because it floats on water. Why a block of wood floats while a copper coin sinks in water? It used to be a question often asked in high school examinations, and one of the students had a different answer to disappoint Archimedes. He argued that copper coin sinks naturally because it came from a mine lying deep underneath the surface of earth. The block of wood came from a tree that grows up and tall from the surface of the earth. That's why the wood floats, and our boats are made of wood. That was the answer I got from a student. Yes, the wood floats. So my first experience of floating was on a dug-out boat in the Lake Phewa, and the wood was made of simul tree, Bombax malabaricum, if you like the Latin name. It was so scary, very scary indeed. Some 50 years ago, fairing and fishing all over Nepal was done with the help of dug-out boats of simul trees. A number of occupational castes like Maji and Bote and others made their living out of fishing and fairing. There has been a considerable change and revival of this traditional boating due to tourism. Dugout boats are now replaced by modernized boats, which are still made of wood. Had there been no wood, I think people would not have ventured or courage to cross rivers and lakes, and also go into the sea and make long voyages. I think we must thank wood for all these courages that gave us. The world would have witnessed a different history, and the world geography would have been different had there been no wood. Human civilization is said to have begun with the discovery of fire. Fire and firewood is inseparable even today in our daily life here in Nepal. Over 85% of Nepalese people live in the rural areas. They depend on firewood to cook their meals and to keep themselves warm. The Indian embargo recently on fossil fuel has compelled even urban population to depend on firewood. The demand of firewood has thus never declined because we need firewood not only to cook our foods but also to cremate dead bodies. Sustainable supply of firewood has therefore become a prerequisite for the lives of Nepalese people. Firewood and fire charcoal has immensely contributed to the livelihood of goldsmiths, blacksmiths, and many occupational castes. Metalworks, handicrafts, which is famous in Lalitpur, Chainpur, Bhojpur, Palpa, and the like, have produced superb bronze artifacts for export as well as for tourist consumption. It has not been very long since firewood was replaced by other fuels. Similarly, the history of all Gorkha knives, kukri, is associated with high-calorie firewood of oak trees. Traditional knowledge of several occupational communities such as Kami, Sunwar, Shakya, and the like, would reveal specific qualities of various species of trees as regards to their calorific value. Scientific research on wood anatomy and wood chemistry is, however, lacking even nowadays. Ladies and gentlemen, we are celebrating 2016 World Wood Day at Kathmandu. The etymology leads us to Kasta Mandap. So Kathmandu means a pavilion of woods. It was a three-tiered building, 65 feet tall, 65 feet long, and 65 feet broad. It was a 11th century monument which was pulled down to dust by the 2015 April 25th earthquake last year. The rubbles of earthquake all over Kathmandu have revealed that cities of Kathmandu in the medieval and the Malla period have extensively used wood in all buildings and monuments. Thus, the entire Kathmandu merits itself to be called as a valley of woods or Kasta Mandap. The three Darbari squares of this valley on UNESCO's World Heritage status because of wood carvings and wood crafts. I am sure you would have opportunity to visit some of these areas to actually see architectural excellence in Nepalese wood crafts. You will find a great variety of wooden windows in over 20 different designs that depict dancing peacock or floating lotus or rising sun and the like. Spatial identity is, however, is to be found in the oriel windows, which is known as Sajha or Bimancha, that sticks out from the main building. There are over 50 or even 70 different terminologies to describe the designs and motifs meticulously carved to depict deities and demons, animals and birds, lizards and serpents, beehives and butterflies, leaves and lianas, flowers, and even human skulls and skeletons. Mr. Tirtha Bahadur Joshi, a friend of mine, an engineer, he produced an excellent book on the artistic windows as early as 1990. And wood crafts is now a booming industry promoted by modern tourism. It was dying before the tourism was here. So, ladies and gentlemen, now I will turn in a different facet that we all know that nature is the mother of our culture. All cultures, however diverse they are, they converge when it comes to the use of wood, especially for food and clothing, for shelter, for agriculture, and even for animal husbandry. Plowing tools, for example, in Nepal, are fabricated with wooden materials, whether they are drawn by yaks, or by bulls, or by buffaloes, or even men. Wooden vessels and jars are common in all milking and milk processing work throughout Nepal to prepare yogurt, dahi, or butter ghee, or cheese churpi, and the like. Some wooden vessels are highly regarded as cultural identity of certain ethnic group. Highland dwellers, especially the Sherpas, the Thakalis, the Bhotias, the Tibetan, and the Tamangs, they take pride in the specially prepared jar made of juniper, and they call dongmu. It is a churning vessel to emulsify salted tea with chauri butter. The tea is served in wooden balls called furu or ari, and these balls are specially prepared from selected woods of maple tree upon the warted branches. Similarly, the rais and limbus of eastern mountains take pride on tumba, an wooden jar specially designed to drink warm beer to be drawn through a bamboo pipe. A large monument of tumba is being specially erected recently at the entrance of a tourist town, Hile, in Dankuta district. Household utensils such as ari, theki, gobua, madani, and the like are still made of wood, but some of them are being gradually replaced by modern materials like glasses, ceramics, metals, and plastics. Wooden materials are extensively used in fabricating handlooms, in oil processing machines, and of course in framing windows and doors all over Nepal. Musical instruments of Nepal, such as madal and sarangi, dhime or dholaks, are all made of special kinds of wood. A nomadic community of Nepal called Raute is participating in this conference. They call themselves King of Woods. We are teaching them how to brush their teeth, but we are not learning from them how to shape the wood in a bowl or a box by using simply an axe. Mr. Chairman, the religio-cultural harmony among the people of Nepal is also to be seen in the specific use of special trees and their wooden materials. Vedic rituals and the performances among Hindus that takes us back to over 6,000 years. A recently published book on Vedic wooden implements by a Sanskrit scholar, Amod Bardhan, he confirms 10 different species of trees that are extensively used in preparing all sorts of ritual things that are still used in our religious ceremonies. And they are used in 20 different rituals implements for various Vedic performances, like yajna, home, and the like. In the same vein, Mr. Surendraman Vajracharya, a Buddhist scholar, he identified 18 different species of trees associated with Buddhism as Bodhi trees. There are several common species on both Buddhism and Hinduism, such as Ficus religiosa, Ficus glomerata, Ficus benjamina, and Cretiva religiosa, and there are many trees which are same in both religions. When we talk of trees, we should not forget that Lord Buddha, he was born under a sal tree, he got enlightenment under a peepal tree, he preached his teaching from trees, especially the banyan trees, and he also died under a sal tree. So tree is very important in all our religion and culture. Our ancient medical system called Ayurveda derived medicinal substances from a large number of trees. One of the Ayurvedic preparation called Triphala, which is really a wonder drug, it has 3 fruits from 3 trees, Phyllanthus imblica, Terminalia bellerica, and Terminalia chebula. And the scholars of Ayurveda, they have named 275 medicinal plants in their Sausrut Nighantu, and they have also provided the Latin names, and it included all the species of trees mentioned in the Vedic literature and also in the Buddha literature. Thus, trees link various religions and various cultures. The inaugural function of 2016 World Wood Day here in Kathmandu, it has illustrated that the world is one when it comes to the sounds of wood. So, Mr. Chairman, trees and their wood tends to unify diverse culture, yet they themselves are so diverse in this planet. It has been estimated that in Nepal, 723 species of trees and 140 species of shrubs are still present in the flora of Nepal. They are distributed in 35 different types of forest, and these forest types have been further classified into 36 vegetation types by the Ministry of Forest. So in these 35 types of forest, we have a large number of trees from the Tarai to the Himalayas. Forest of Tarai and Madhya, for example, have 124 different species of trees and 75 shrubs in the ecosystem. Over 20 species of commercially important hardwood trees are included in this region in the Madhya and Tarai, such as sal, simal, saz, siso, karma, tuni, haldu, champ, etc. Mid-hills also, mid-hill forest of Sima, Castanopsis, for example, includes 143 different species of trees and 109 different species of shrubs. Even the timberline vegetation at about 4,000 meters has 54 different species of trees and 63 different species of shrubs in the birch rhododendron forest. Thus, Nepal holds rich storehouse of woody plants. Unfortunately, their scientific characterization for physical as well as chemical properties still awaits the imagination of our foresters, forest botanists, and ethnobotanical experts. Thus, the unheard sounds of wood is made to be heard through scientific researches. Forest and shrubland cover of Nepal, as you know, it stands at about 39.6% of the total area of Nepal, and of them, 1.7 million hectares is managed by the communities as community forest. This comes to 29% of the forest land. Government of Nepal is committed to expand forest area to 40% from 39.6% by the year 2025. Community forestry is playing a significant role to conserve and manage forest in a sustainable way in different parts of this country. Various studies have shown that the community forestry can create additional 22,000 jobs in near future and earn rupees 27 billion per year. Ladies and gentlemen, forest conservation not only benefit local people and their environment, but also contributes to global benefit by rendering carbon sequestration and reducing carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere. It has been estimated that forest cover of the world stores more carbon, 4,500 gigaton, than there exists actually in the atmosphere, 3,000 gigaton. Greater priority should therefore be given to maintaining carbon store in existing natural and old-growth forest. The multiplicity of functions make forest the source of hope for the future of mankind. Ladies and gentlemen, I like to refer to the copper coin which sank in water because it came from a deep mine. We cannot mine our metals for all the time. They will exhaust someday. Fossil fuels will also exhaust someday. However, the block of wood that came from a tree is a renewable resource. It is inexhaustible if we use sustainably. We cannot plant the copper, but we can plant a tree. Hope for sustainable future of mankind would therefore lie in wood and woods. And good luck to you all in recovering and restoring wood culture and the woods around the world. Thank you.